Hello, this is Left Turn Network with the Lumen Stock Car Invitational. We are here at the Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina. This is the second race of season number 3 of the Lumen Stock Car Invitational. I am joined today with my co-commentator Rashia, and we are going to call 99 laps of action here today at the Rock. So, Rashia, this is a very strategy-focused racetrack. Uh, do you expect to see a varying level of strategy here, especially with the new increased strategy ratings?
Yeah, absolutely. This is Rockingham has traditionally always been a strategy-based track, and with the surface of this track, one or two laps can be the difference between getting a top five or finishing in 20th, basically.
Dover is famous for eating up tires, but so is this track, Rockingham. We will go to Dover later in the season, so this might be a preview for that race, especially with a similar lap length. On the pole today for, I don't know if it's the first time, but it definitely feels like the first time. Kate Summers, driving the number 92, has new colors on the car this week. There's a lot of cars that have different paint schemes than last week, and this is a new thing for Season 3, where drivers will have more than one paint scheme. Alongside her is the number 70 of Andrew Kreider, who led half the race last season in what was really the first show of the speed that 70 car had last year on its way to the Constructors' title. Row number 2, we have the 57 of Shauna Everett and the 88 of Joe Smith, a couple of drivers who got top 10s last week. Row number 3, it's the 66 of Tyler Landry, back in the more familiar Camping World paint scheme. And the 52, that is Cheryl Simmons, who drove the 33 last week to a top 5. Now she is driving the Blake Everett 52 car, which didn't even make the race last week with Adrienne Pearson. So Cheryl Simmons is doing some impressive stuff here at the start of this season. Row number 4, we got the 01 car of George Bryan alongside the 41 of Karina Willis Calloway. Row number 5, it's the 81 of Latanya Gray and the 7 car of Lori Jackson. Row 6, it's the 29 of JB Chanel and the 65 of Jack Gino. And then we have the 8 of Darren Walker, who won this race in Season 1, leading 77 of the 79 laps. And the 08 car of Billy Smith in his first start this year. Then we have the 36 of Ashley Blake and the 6 of Holly Martin, who had a very fast car last week, led the most laps, but had a tire failure just before the second set of pit stops that took her out of the race. Then it's the 98 of Kevin DuPont and the 58 of Ryan Silva, a couple of Hondas. The 3 car of Montana Sherman, and last week's winner, the 77 of JT Boyd. Luana Connie in the 25s, making her first start of the season after DQing last week, and the 11 car of Tim Berry. Then it's the 16 car of Corbin Taps and the 18 of Zach Dearman, the 79 of Kobe Hollenbeck and the 55 of Michael Harbin. It's the 1 of Jacob Lopez and the 39 of Laken Herndon, the 85 of Charlie McCarran and the 62 car of Vinnie Schulz, the 28 of Adrian Wheeler and the 24 of Cooper Spur, the 45 of Rebecca Raymond and the 27 of Oscar Duvall, and rounding out the field today is Akia Tajima in the number 99. You got through
I
that
will
really
say
fast.
I will say the 77 didn't have the greatest of qualifying efforts this week. The lead is starting right down the midfield there.
Yeah, starting around mid-pack. Also, I want to point out last year's winner, Ashley Blake, in the 36, is starting about midfield as well. Of course, brand new race team, brand new everything for Ashley Blake, except the number and sponsor. But yeah, this should be a two-stop race. Ever since it got extended to 99 laps last year, that has been the case. The year before, it was only a one-stopper. But yeah, I think this track is a lot better as a two-stopper. It brings out that strategy, and we saw some of that.
Yeah, having more stops, I think, does give a bit more potential to mix the field up a bit. And I will say as well, qualifying position isn't exactly the most important of things for Rockingham, especially with the strategy aspect. You can definitely make your way up through the field from any starting position and put yourself in
Yeah,
contention at the very end.
we saw how two stops affected the race at Oregon last week, and how
Drivers,
drivers were able to
start
take
your
advantage of it.
engines.
That's what the winner, JT Boyd, did. The engines are firing on all these race cars. Rasha, who's your pick to win this race?
There's a lot of cars, and it's quite early in the season, so I'm not entirely sure on who to pick here, but I do have my eyes on, I want to say, I'll go with the 7 car. I'll go with the 7 car, yeah.
Laurie Jackson into number 7, starting in 10th today. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. We are underway here at Rockingham.
I will say you probably have picked the hardest track for me to make this kind of call because I genuinely have no clue as to which cars look particularly strong. Oh, the car's hitting the wall already.
We have a wreck on the first lap. It's Montana Sherman, Zach Dearman, Oscar Duvall,
Oh, the
hard into the
28!
wall. Adrian Wheeler on the first lap of the race. Already calamity. And, you know, that's another thing I forgot to mention. That's also typical of this track. We almost always have a wreck within the first 2 laps, but usually after that it calms down. Oscar Duvall in the 27. Yeah.
Massive damage on the 27 car. I think he hit the wall about 4 times just down the backstretch.
Zach Dearman tried his hardest to save the car, but he just couldn't. You saw a couple of cars that got washed up the track, got into the wall a little bit there.
You saw Dearman make a few corrections there. I thought he was going to save it, or at least do a harmless spin, but now he spun right into the field.
Sherman was the first one I saw get sideways completely, and then the 18 and 27 got collected. Oh, and we have the 36
as well.
hitting, and she's not the only one, it appears. Actually, is she? Yeah,
aside from the damage cars, I think.
Oh, the 79, Kobe Hollenbeck has damage as well. Bit of a dent on the side. He should be fine, though. Not. Oh, looks like he's got a little bit on the front, too. But again, he should be fine.
Bit on the, quite a bit of damage on the left side. I think the 36 is on damage. That might just be a strategy call.
Maybe. They ripped the hood off the 27, so he's still out there.
The 36 just went a bit of past it, I think.
I do want to mention, we're going to look at all the replays after the race, just in case, because looking back and accelerating back through the race is known to have the game crash, especially with OBS and stuff running in the background. So we will look at the replays after, just in case of that. But yeah, we're just gonna... This is the first caution of the season in a points race, so I did want to run that down real quick. So we'll meet you back at the restart on, I'm gonna assume, like lap number 5 or 6.
Probably 6, yeah.
You'll see us next there. Lap 1 of the race. A lot of chaos happening off of turn number 2. Sherman gets into the wall, sideswipes Dearman. Harvin got sideswiped, and it was on from there as they spun down the front straightaway. The 18 comes down, nails the 27, and then the 28 of Adrian Wheeler. He didn't even collide with anybody else in the wreck. He just hit the end of the safer barrier while he was trying to avoid it, and that car went absolutely launching into the air. Hollenbeck was involved in the wreck as well, so it was about a 6-car wreck on the back straightaway. Absolute melee here on the opening lap at Rockingham.
Lap 1 here, and you can just see cars running 3 wide. I think the 3 hits the wall and swipes the 18. 18 tried to save it, but kind of just loses it there, and it just goes on from there. You can see the 28 just hit that transition. Just misjudged the wall there. Absolutely paid for that.
Evidently, the camera didn't like that because it cut away from it. But yeah, massive melee on the backstretch, and we're going to have a early restart here. Nobody was taken out, though, from that wreck, shockingly, the 27 or 28, or any of these guys, but definitely expect to see some slower traffic as a result of this.
Yeah, the 27 is going to be a concern. I think that's a lot of front-end damage on that car.
On board with the 85, Charlie McCarron. Got in the wall a couple of times, but generally that was some excellent wreck avoidance from Charlie McCarron there. We are back here at Rockingham. We are getting ready to restart on lap number 6 of 99 after a 5-car accident on the back straightaway. Everybody's still in the race, which is surprising considering some of the hard licks we saw in there. Oscar Duvall is the only one to fall a lap down. That checkered flag racing crew did a great job of repairing that 28 car. You didn't quite get a look at it there, but we'll look at him later. That thing is spotless, and he absolutely pounded that outside wall. So that is a great repair job on their part. But here we go. We do have a lap car to deal with. The 27 of Oscar Duval.
All on the inside, yeah.
Kate Summers still your leader. She's going to lead them to green on lap number 6. And Oscar Duval
27 is not going.
Hopefully they'll be able to
That's
shuffle
going to
him
be a concern.
out.
It's going to block the 41 of Willis Calloway.
Everybody's pretty safe so far on this restart. Shauna Everett in second, Andrew Kreider, Joe Smith, Tyler Landry. And look at the absolute bottleneck that is happening because of the 27. They're going to shuffle the 27 up high. Lola Tanya making an aggressive move. In other news, the sky is blue, but she made it work. She got around the 27. Oh, be careful. That was Corbin Taps.
Just a light scratch. It's
just
fine.
a little scrape. Oh boy, the 55 got down on the apron there. He's pitting.
Oh, she's coming in.
And so is the 24.
He's scheduled.
And the 45. Interesting strategy there, pitting right after the caution for the 55, the 24, and 45. But, oh boy, we missed a pass for the lead. Shauna Everett is now in front. She got the lead away from Kate Summers. Andrew Kreider was able to take second away. And Kreider, we know he's fast here. He was fast here last year. And here he comes to the inside of Shauna Everett, trying to take the lead away. Everett's going to shut the door on him, though. And the caution is out again. And we got a crash on the front stretch. It's a Kia Tajima. As more cars came into the pits.
Oh, it's the 27, I think.
Oscar Duval also might have had something to do with it. The 7 of Lori Jackson is in the pits with damage on the right side. We have a lot of cars coming in. A lot has happened.
The 36 is in again.
And if they are pit looping, it doesn't appear. It doesn't appear that they are. It doesn't appear they are. But if they are pit looping, they will get disqualified from the race. It looks like that is more damage on the side of the 27.
The 27 looks a little bit battered, to say the least.
Yeah. We know at least the 99 was involved. Probably the 27 as well. But
yeah, the 27 low on the grass as well, so I assume the 99 spun off of him.
The 18 has damage. He was also involved in it. Zach Dearman. And the 25.
Yeah, I think Dearman's damage is from the initial incident. Really.
He was. Oh right, he was involved in that. I forgot.
Yeah, he was the car who spun into the
25.
The first lap.
Luana
where's the 25 going? Oh, there.
Also has right side and front end damage. So she was not in the initial incident, so she might have been involved in the second one. But we have a lot of cars pitting here. These cars are staying out, but I think they're all a lap down. If they're in front of the
a lap down or tail end, yeah.
If they're tail end of the lead lap, they'll all get waved around under the brake. But yeah, another caution here early, and you know, again, early cautions something that's normal for this racetrack. But eventually they do calm it down. Let's hope they do. So, Corbin Taps, an extended stay, probably to fix the damage. But we will meet you guys back on the restart as per usual. And we'll see. Coming out of turn number 4, Oscar Duval goes wide, hits the wall, goes down into a Kia Tajima. Luana Connie got a little bit of front-end damage as well, but she should be okay. And the 27 and 99 slide through the infield. And that will bring out the second caution of the race. So more problems for Oscar Duval. And if this isn't a capsule of how his time in the series has been so far, I don't know what is. He had a couple of cars coming in and out of the pits, as you saw. Tajima, though, he didn't do anything wrong. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
See Duval there just struggling for pace on the outside and spun off the 25. And yeah, Tajima was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nothing you can do when the car is spinning right in front of you.
We're back here on lap number 13 of 99, getting ready to restart on lap 14. 2 early cautions here in the race at Rockingham. Shauna Everett is the leader. We have a few lap cars on the inside, but they should all be up to speed. So the hope is that we won't have any issues. I think the 27 is still trying to... Yeah, the 27 is still trying to catch up, so never mind. We still have to deal with Oscar Duval, but... For the most
There's
part,
going to be fewer cars for the 27 out to get around the 27 now.
Yeah, green flag.
Oh, good launch for the 7.
Yeah, good launch for those guys that need to get back on the lead lap. By the way, the 45 of Rebecca Raymond got the free pass. First ever free pass in league history, so she is back on the lead lap. And look out further back. Oh,
Oh,
Adrian
28
Wheeler
hit the
gets the wall
wall.
back there. There is evidently another slow car holding up cars back there. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah,
Someone might have just missed the shift.
that could be helpful for these guys. Oh my God, they're
3
3 wide,
wide.
2 rows
Oh,
deep.
Summers is getting
This is not
Summers
going
is
to
getting
end
washed up.
well. Summers and
Callaway.
Callaway make contact, but they keep it together. Oh, goodness gracious. Here comes the 57 underneath her teammate trying to put her lap down. Andrew
I think
Kreider
that's
right
3
behind.
cars that have. I think that's 3 cars who have unlapped themselves for now. The 36 is just hanging on barely, but 4 cars actually because the 7's there.
Everyone except the 27 that lined up on the inside is currently back on the lead
Yeah.
lap. So if we get a caution right
And I think
now,
the
they'll
20
all get their lap back.
and I think the 27 has been cleared largely. I didn't see the 27 in the pack.
Oh, we have
Oh, that's
because
because
he's
they're on pit
coming into
lane.
the pits. The
I think
28
the
three.
28
Those
might
are
be
all
pit looping.
damaged cars. I haven't seen any proof of pit looping because they're taking tires and
Yeah,
such.
no, they're taking tires. Yeah, this is a
So it's
confounding
not a
strategy
pit
call
loop.
by them.
They're still trying to fix their damage. So
Oh yeah, that's
that's not a
likely.
pit loop.
Meanwhile, the 65 has moved their way up to 3rd in that mess.
Jack Gino, the season 1 champion. He won the season finale at Homestead last season. Oh boy, watch for the cars
From
merging. They
Sherman.
should be fine. They should be fine. But he had a rough season last year, but he capped it off with a win. Trying to get on the right foot this year. He kind of had a mid-run last week. And here we go. Everett with a bunch of lap cars in front of her. I don't think she expected
Yeah,
to have to deal with this so soon. Look at the run that 70 got. Andrew Kreider trying to get the lead again.
Sherman's on the outside. They can't
Kate
go
Summers
there.
was in the pits. She just exited the pits. I saw her in the background, so a lot of damaged cars coming in and out of the pits, but it looks like we might be done with that. That was probably from the collision with the 41 on the backstretch.
Yeah, that was a big hit. The 41, I think. And the 41 is still
41's,
running.
41's still good. She's in 4th
Actually, they're
right
up to
now.
4th now. Watch Kreider.
Kreider's chasing down the 57 of Everett. Kreider has yet to win, despite the impressive performances that he had last season and so far this season. Here we are.
Right now, those 4 cars who are on the tail end, think they do. I think they want to caution more than anyone else right now because they're hanging on for dear life.
Yeah. And then we also have a battle here. I think this 27, he just ran his fastest lap of the race, and it was a 25-second lap. I think he's slow enough to where I can DVP him, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think that would be the good call.
So I'm going to take Oscar Duvall out of the race for being too slow. That is something that can happen. That was an amendment in the rule book. Yeah. One of the new rules for Season 3, if you're going too slow and you have proven to be a hazard or a potential hazard to the lead lap cars and such, you can be disqualified. So we've parked the 27 for that reason. Andrew Kreider trying to get around the lap 36. Ashley Blake. Blake got a good launch into turn number 3, though, and I'm assuring you, Blake wants to keep the 70 behind her to block for her teammate. And Blake Everett.
Yeah, the 57 has that cushion with the 36 right now, and that's 36 is kind of acting as a tactical lap car.
Blake Everett Motorsports has had all sorts of drama over the off season. The 70 is going to try and get past the 36 now.
Using that inside line.
Still on the inside lane. But the 36 is
getting a good run on the outside there, though.
The 70 still not going away, though. He's still there.
But the 36, hang on. 36 cleared.
Excellent defensive driving by Ashley Blake. And you know, these two battled for the win last year at this track. And you know, it's kind of similar now, even though the 36 isn't on the lead lap. Oh, the 70 still trying to get his nose under there.
70 doesn't quite have the speed that the 36 has on the corner exit, and that's really hurting him.
Quarter of the way through the race. And we've had a nice clean stretch of racing here for the last few laps. And the 36 looking to the inside of the 57. If I were the 36, I wouldn't try to pass the 57. I just stay blocking for my teammate. And you know, we know all of this drama about Blake Everett Motorsports that's happened. They split up with Checkered Flag Racing after Blake got cut from the team with 2 races left in season number 2. She was able to convince her sponsor, Shauna Everett, and Shauna Everett's sponsor to go and join her on a new venture. Oh my god, they
Ooh,
made
red flag
contact
contact.
in turn 3. That is the last thing the 36 wants to do. And now the
That's what the
70's looking
70 in.
underneath. But not a
But
good
again,
launch
the
off the
36, I
corner.
think the 36 is slightly newer tires. That's real, and that's what's the difference.
Well, I thought she only took splash and dashes under there.
I'm not
But
entirely sure either. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm not so sure about that. But yeah, this is a very, very interesting team for sure. This brand new Blake Everett Motorsports. They have a very strong rivalry now with Checkered Flag Racing. They could not be any more different, despite them both running Fords and being the 2 main Ford teams. And by the way, that nuh-uh on the back of the car, number 36, that is a reference to her being cut by the team, because the team later asked her if she wanted to rejoin them for season 3, but by then she was already out. So
Not sure what.
got,
I'm not sure what kind of decision-making process was going on over there, but that's certainly a decision to cut someone from your team and then ask them to come back.
yeah. So now these 2 teams are rivals, and you know, I glossed over it at Oregon, but we finally had enough time to kind of discuss the basics of it. So that's why there's such a heated rivalry there, and that's why they want to get their first win in just their second attempt. And Everett was fast last week, so they've definitely brought the speed so far. But Andrew Kreider's still lurking. Everett can't be too comfortable, even with her teammate behind her, because Kreider is there, and one slip-up could lead to Kreider getting the lead. Gino is in 3rd, Karina Willis-Callaway 4th. How about this? Billy Smith has made his way up to the top 5. Son of Joe Smith, we briefly went over Billy Smith last week, running a partial season again this year, just like last year. And look at him go. Oh boy. Andrew
I
Kreider
think
got
Montana
past
Sherman's trying to
P3.
push the issue. He's trying to get a lap back as well, because I think he's 2 down.
He is 2 laps down. You are correct. Most of these drivers, except the 36, are 2 laps down that are behind the 57 right now.
That's put 2 lap cars between Everett and Kreider. Now,
Pass
as
for
the 08
third.
of Smith looking fast for 3rd and potentially 1 for 4th as well.
You know, while we're here, let's go ahead and ride on board with Karina Willis-Callaway in our Race to Stop Suicide onboard cam.
Nine tenths off the Kreider right now. We'll see how she does in cleaner air.
You could really see from that angle, you could hear from that angle how Karina was taking the corners there and approaching them with the throttle and braking and such. That's a very...
Yeah, we are very deep into the tire run right now, which means most of these guys are driving on bricks. There's no real grip left.
This is no Oregon, that's for sure. Oh boy, the 3 got by the 57. The 36 is underneath the 37. This might be the opportunity Kreider
back
needs. Oh, the 57 up the track.
But
She should be able to... She should be able to get in front there. But now there's no left cars.
Yeah, and just like that, the cushion is gone. That seems to be signaling that she wants that cushion back in.
And don't count out the 41. I think she's closing in on these 2. Oh boy. Look at this gaggle of cars back here.
Spots. That's left room for 2 cars with... That's left room for the 8 and the 88 to slot into the top 5.
Darren Walker won at this track before in dominating fashion. We know he can get it done here. So, but he hasn't won since. So it's been a long winless streak for Darren Walker. Despite still racing at a high level, he's just not had the luck. And, you know, we mentioned that with Karina last week. both of these drivers are very similar in the fact they were championship contenders last year. They just have not had the luck since. And the teammates are going side by side. Oh boy, here comes the 70 of Kreider to the inside for the lead.
Ryder has the help of Karina on the inside.
That 41 is there. This is a 3-car battle officially. So Kreider,
Yeah,
he's going to
she's
take the
dragged herself
lead.
in. Lead
Oh
change.
boy.
Entering
No
lap
thanks to the
40.
36. We might not be done though. The 57's already peeking back to the inside of the 70. Look at the tire fall off compared to their best laps. It's almost 3
2.5
seconds.
seconds. Yeah, these guys are
So
tiptoeing through this track.
we should see them pitting here soon. Lap number 40. And this would be a round where they'd pit if we didn't have those cautions. But now they did come in under the cautions, so they should go a little bit further. Lap
Yeah,
cars
they
side
might
by
be able
side in
to.
front.
They might be able to do this race on one more stop, given that we've spent about 10 laps, I think, on under yellow.
Oh gosh, I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not.
It's gonna
It
be
might
close.
be.
It's gonna
It
be
might be
close.
close. We might have fuel mileage in this if it goes green, or I dare say tire mileage at this point.
We might, yeah. We were gonna say a tire mileage race. These guys
Here
are gonna be
comes
all about.
Darren Walker. He's in on it too. Look how slow they're babying it around this racetrack for sure.
Yeah.
Especially the 57. I don't think she saved her tires
Actually,
that well.
yeah. Actually, can we see Darren Walker's last lap, because he caught up a long way. 25.5.
25.2.
Compare that to the.
Oh my
That's
god.
2.3 tenths.
He
That's
was
massive
half.
at this track.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of time that he gained on them. Here comes the 41 to the inside. For second, Karina Willis-Callaway. Darren Walker seems like he's done a pretty good job saving his tires up to this point. You can see he's definitely more aggressive through the corners than these guys.
Another thing to worry about by this point of the race is whether or not you've worn the tires down so much that they're going to start blowing up.
Yeah, that is true. Mechanical failures are very common at this track specifically. We have not had any yet, but this
yet.
Yeah, this track takes a toll on the car's equipment as well. Walker is now into the podium. He's gone up to third, and now Karina Willis-Callaway and Walker are going to try and catch up to Andrew Kreider. Maybe they can make a pass before the pit cycle happens. We'll see. Well, the 41's going to try it.
Karina's catching quickly. Have a really good exit out of 4.
The 8 car is going to try and pass around the outside lane.
That's the better tires on the 8. Definitely saved up quite a bit. Problem is Kreider's in front of him and he's blocking both lanes.
Kreider's trying to block 2 lanes. I didn't expect that to happen at Rockingham of all places. And are we going to see some pit stops? Here comes the 24, the lap car. So he is going to start the cycle. The 8 was not able to get by the 41 on the outside, but he's still there. He might still do it.
Gonna be 55 laps to the finish. That's gonna be probably gonna be one more stop then.
Joe Smith caught up to them too. There's now 5-car battle. Oh boy. 57 thought about taking it 3 wide. Realized it wasn't a good idea.
Take it first?
I thought Karina was going to go in and pit there, but Walker has done it. He made the pass around the outside lane. And that's what happens when you save your tires. You'll have that juice saved up towards the end. So Walker's up to second. Kreider's still the leader. Karina Willis-Callaway and the 57 of Shauna Everett are battling for third. Joe Smith's in fifth, and I think Smith is about to pit this time. Yes, he is.
Yeah, there he goes.
He is going to try and undercut. So is Darren Walker.
That's interesting. The 8 seemingly had better tire life, but I think this is the strategy going to come in early.
He's
trying to make the undercut work.
Yeah, he's trying to undercut the leader to try and get ahead of the 70 car. Still battling.
This is another
57.
This is another precarious time in the race because you have cars that are like 2-3 seconds out in terms of pace, and especially out of 2 where the blend line is, you might have some issues there.
Tim Berry's going to stay out and lead a lap with a absolute flyer of a lap time at 26.6. So we should expect to see him come in next time. He probably just wanted the bonus point for leading a lap.
Yeah, Barry's been running top 10 all day, I think, but hasn't had quite the pace to pick it up there to the top 2 or 3 cars.
Possibly also looking for a caution as well, but he does not get that. These cars already came in. And that should be everybody else right there. The 8
Yeah,
car,
Kreider. Is
we'll
that a
have to
big
see where
lead?
Kreider comes out in comparison to
But
the
the
8. There
41 to
he is.
57, yeah. Where is the 8?
And Walker is
There he
gone.
is.
He has taken the lead and he has run away with it. What a pit stop for the 8 car of Darren
Watch the
Walker.
88. The 88 might. The
Joe
8 is definitely
Smith.
going to nab third.
Joe Smith is up to third. Kevin DuPont fourth. Charlie McCarron, I believe, is fifth. Once this all cycles out, we still have to worry about Tim Berry, not in terms of getting the lead because he's already been passed, but
Yeah,
in terms of
the
slotting
one
into
car
the
led
top
that
10.
lap. That's another pit cycle leader.
And Jacob Lopez, he stayed out a little bit later.
Yeah, he's coming in now.
And he is now exiting the pit lane. Halfway through the race, just got done with our first cycle, and that makes me think we will have one more cycle in this race if it stays green, but it'll be right at the end of the race, so it'll be interesting to see what these guys do.
Sherman coming in as well. He came in a little bit later that last cycle, so that makes sense.
George
But
Bryan,
yeah, I think we're going to have like a
Kobe
15 to 10 lap dash on new tires.
Might be less than that. Oh, Shauna Everett is
57's blown up.
That is unfortunate for the 57. She didn't make it into the pit. She's still on the track. This might be a problem. It doesn't
seem... if she's able to limp back in.
It seems
not a
like...
long lap.
It seems like she's not slowing down in terms of like it seems like she should be able to make it back around, but she's going to have to go all the way back around, and that is unfortunate. She was leading most of that first run, and once again, one of the top contenders having problems.
3-second lead for the 8. Oh, the 57's washing up into the bottom lane.
Get down, Shauna.
There we go. Just before the 70 got there.
She made it in this time, and that will probably be the end of her race. 641.
Yeah, that's likely going to be it.
That is probably going to be terminal for Shauna Everett, and that's unfortunate for the 57 because, you know, she was very fast today.
Yeah, led most of the laps in the first run. That's a very unfortunate.
Yep, there she goes. Oh, look out! We got chaos on the backstretch.
Slow to 79.
What is going on? Are we under caution?
No, it doesn't look like it.
No, we're not under caution. What the heck happened back there? Ryan Silva has front-end damage. Hollenbeck's going into the pits. Did he have a problem? He had a tire failure.
Oh, there you go.
Remember what I was saying about the mechanical failures, how they're prevalent here? Well, now we're finally starting to get them, and that caused some chaos on the backstretch. That was almost a caution. I think the 62 might have gotten a piece of it, but she looks fine, so
looks fine
she shouldn't
enough.
be affected by
too much on it.
But that is more damage on the 79. Thankfully, it looks like he should be able to get back out there, but that is a rough... Oh, another one!
Rough break. Oh, another couple of 70.
It's Kreider! And he's stopping on the track. That's a caution. We've just had we've had 3 mechanical failures in the span of like 5 laps, and one of them's the second place driver.
Oh, we've had the car running first most of the race, the car running second most of the race.
And
28 just strolled in.
57 had a gearbox failure. Kreider is probably done. He's getting teleported back, and we're under caution.
And that just evaporated the 8th lead.
You know who liked to see that caution? You know who liked seeing that caution was the 36 of Ashley Blake. She's going to get the free pass. So that's good for her, but that is... that was quite the chaotic few laps there. JT Boyd is coming in and pitting under this caution. Maybe trying to get some freshies here.
Yeah, I think the 77's on the edge of the lead lap. Maybe... No, yeah. End of the lead lap, so that's probably going to be a strategy call to grab some new tires.
Yeah,
and we are about 10 laps in, so that will make a difference.
All right. We'll go and look at a replay if necessary, and we'll rejoin you back here on the restart. So this didn't bring out a caution, but the 79 of Kobe Hollenbeck had a tire failure. Absolutely blocks the 62 car.
You can see the 25 sliding all over the track. And Silva took a hit of that as well.
Silva got a piece of it. A lot of cars got stacked up from that. Again, no caution for that incident because, you know, nobody really went around, but That was a scary moment there on the backstretch for sure. We didn't really get it on the broadcast, so, might as well show a replay of it. We're back here at Rockingham on lap number 60, coming to lap number 61 on the restart. Darren Walker is the leader. Joe Smith is second. Kevin DuPont, Cheryl Simmons, and Charlie McCarron is the top 5. It was a piston that failed on the 70 car and a gearbox on the 57. And we have a few lap cars on the inside. The 36 of Ashley Blake is back on the lead lap. She got the free pass. Pace car will pull in, and we're ready for another restart. With just about 40 laps to go here at Rockingham, green flag back in the air. Good launch by Walker, and the 79 is not
really
going.
Good.
Actually,
28,
I think
is also not going.
The 28 is off the pace, so we got to keep an eye on him. Oh, the 41
Watch the
got in the
88.
wall.
Ooh, tight racing.
Oh, battle for the lead. Here comes Joe Smith, and he's going to get it over the 8 of Darren Walker. These are two drivers that were top contenders in Season 1 that didn't win in Season 2. And Kevin DuPont trying to get his first win ever as he battles his teammate for second. Oh, the 79. He's fine.
Hit the wall.
Here comes Torino
coming back in.
This 28 might get DVP'd if he's going too slow, but for now he's okay.
Yeah.
Walker going to try and get back underneath. Here we go.
Which way does DuPont go? This might... Oh, but the 88 had a really good entry there.
Oh my god, the 92. Oh, we're under caution.
Oh, caution.
Problems on the front stretch. Ryan Silva, Ashley Blake, who just got back on the lead lap. JT Boyd, last week's winner. Jacob Lopez, last year's champion. And the 99 of Akira Tajima again. At least 5 cars involved. Oh, what the heck is Lopez doing?
Under caution.
And Lopez is not happy with Dearman for whatever reason.
Oh, where's Tajima going? That was
ran
close.
Into the back. These guys should be able to wave around all of them, but I don't know what that was all about.
Surprisingly,
Sherman's going to get one of his laps back. So
I think
that's
92,
good news for him.
92 is going to get one of them back as well, I think. I assume, anyway.
She'll get the free pass, yes. And here we go.
Oh, leader's coming in.
Well, she might not get the free pass if she just waves around. And everybody is
Every lead lap car.
They should be able to make it. Uh-oh. Holly Martin's got a bunch of damage.
Oh, yeah, that's... The whole hood is up.
Did she run into the 60? The 65 has a lot of damage as well. I think they ran into each other.
Yeah, I think it might have been a stack up on the backstretch.
And that is yet another car that was running near the front at some point.
Here comes the second pack of cars streaming in.
Yeah.
The 99 took a little bit of a hit from the 36.
You gotta be careful going in and out of the pit stalls here, but it looks like
it's a very narrow pit lane.
We won't have any incidents in terms of that. Walker is out first, then it's Smith, DuPont, Barry, Callaway, and Simmons. How about that? LaTanya Gray beating the 29 around the outside on the pit lane.
I think that's some divergent strategies working. I think the... Oh, 8's coming back in?
He's fine.
No?
He just had a bit of a moment. And all the lap cars are now paying.
92 then will take the lucky dog in that case.
The 92 will take the lucky dog then. So, she'll get one of her laps back. Anyway, I think this is the 4th caution of the race. Yeah, this is the 4th caution of the race. We will rejoin you back on the restart in a couple of laps. Well, this one was another situation with 3 wide coming off of turn 4. Jack Gino gets the wall. Tajima again gets sideswiped by someone hitting the wall off that corner, and then it's on from there. Holly Martin in the 6 car runs into the back. Both Diamond Motorsports cars involved. Silva got a little bit of air there after a hit from JT Boyd. Jacob Lopez, Ashley Blake, Corbin Taps got a piece of it. But that's the second time Tajima's gone around in that part of the track, and it was basically for the same reason. And that was not a good wreck for Diamond Motorsports, that's for sure. But few cars involved in that. Didn't look like too many super hard hits, so maybe not that many cars out of the race, but definitely some heavy damage on guys like Silva and Boyd. So we'll see how many of them end up retiring from the race, and we'll get you back on the restart.
This one is not unlike the one Luana Connie incident, where you just had a car on the outside spinning. And yeah, oh, and the six took a big hit from that. And then I think Ryan Silva in the 58 just washed up into the field and took out 3 or 4 more cars on top of that. See the
Yep.
one.
A lot of carnage there on the front straightaway, but we had a bit of extracurricular
Yeah.
activity
Oh,
as
watch out!
Lopez runs
And
into the back of
Lopez just
Dearman.
managed back to the 18th for some reason.
You know, you'd think
And Akira Tajima almost ran into the back of JT Boyd.
you'd think the defending champion would have a little bit better driving than that. That's all I'm gonna say. We are back here on lap number 67, coming to 68. We are under our 4th caution of the day. The 92 of Kate Summers got the free pass. Darren Walker is still the leader. Joe Smith, Kevin DuPont, Tim Berry, and Karina Willis-Callaway. So not really any shaking up in the front 3, but there was a bit of shaking up in the pits for the cars behind. But here we go. Green flag back in the air. Darren
Another
Walker
good launch by the 8.
gets a good launch. I'm not
I think
sure
that
how
just
much
made the
of it.
28 going really slow.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that was a good launch by the 8 and how much of that was a bad launch by the 28.
That's really hurt the 41 because she's up on the outside, scraped the wall a little bit there. So that's 24 back.
Smith looked to the inside. Walker, here he goes. He's still there. I mean, we've seen these two swap the lead multiple times already.
That's the same move the 88 pulled off in the last restart.
Walker, though, we've seen him. He's very strong on the outside lane. He's done some things that nobody else has been able to do up there, and he is going to maintain the lead. Had a couple cars got in the wall there, but no major incidents. And look at the 79 holding up everybody that isn't in the top 4. Oh, caution's back out again. Oh, big crash on the backstretch. It's Lopez again, and the 24 of Cooper Spur. That is roof damage on the 24. He might have been upside down.
Yeah, that looks like a flip right there.
Silva also was involved in that, and that will probably take all 3 cars out of the race. Lopez, yeah, that'll probably take all 3 cars out of the race. So we are under our 5th caution of the race on lap number 70. And that is good news for Montana Sherman, as he will get back on the lead lap. Bit of a stack up back here. The 52 lost a bunch of spots on that restart.
Yeah, that was, I think, a function of the 28 getting off to a very slow start.
Yeah, looks like they'll be able to sort it out. Heavy damage on the 58. And it's been a bad day for Diamond Motorsports.
I think all of their cars have had an issue.
Look at the damage on the 24.
I don't think there's a bit of that car that isn't damaged.
Yeah, he is more than certainly. Yep, there he goes. He's out of the race. 28's coming, or 58's coming back out there. Oh boy, he might be on pit loop watch.
He might be, yeah.
All right, so 5th caution of the day. We'll get back to you at the restart in a few laps. Well, he didn't flip over, but he took a hard hit here. Cooper Spur. You saw Gino get into the wall again, very similar to what caused the last caution. Bam! Massive shunt for the 24 of Cooper Spur. Jacob Lopez, nothing he could do as the 24 shot across the racetrack right into his path. A wicked accident on the back straightaway. And that damaged just about all corners of the 24, so evidently he's definitely going to be out of the race. Jacob Lopez will probably be out of the race, but that was a heck of a hit, and that will bring out our 5th caution of the day here at Rockingham.
Jack Gino stuck on the outside again this time. He bounces off the turn 2 wall and slides off of the 24, and the 24 just has nowhere to go and absolutely pummels the 1 car.
Yeah,
that's just unfortunate for the 1.
He was
running his race, and all of a sudden Cooper Spur comes up shooting at full speed across his hood.
Yeah, nothing he could have done to avoid that.
Might want to hang on for this on board here.
Oh, absolutely.
Bam!
And again, nowhere to go for the 1 car.
Yeah, it would need some superhuman levels of reaction time to be able to avoid that.
Yeah. Welcome back on lap number 73, getting ready for the restart on lap number 74, our 5th caution of the day. That wreck did take out all 3 cars. The 58 was disqualified for pit looping, and the other 2 just retired naturally. Still got 3 lap cars lined up on the inside, and we got to watch the 28 because he's probably on DVP watch as well. He has been for a
Yeah, he's been
while.
a problem
Anyway,
both times, and there he goes again. It's slow off the line. That's left the 92 in.
Keith
Really
Summers
slow
is
off the
going to
line.
pass. And yeah, Wheeler,
I think the
I'm
20 has like some sort of
surprised.
major engine problem because it doesn't look like visually there's anything wrong with it, but it is not going off the line well. There's no acceleration on that thing.
Yeah, Walker still in the lead. Joe Smith second, Kevin DuPont third, and Charlie McCarron is going to utilize the lap car there. Tim Berry got held up by the 79 car. He's now in the middle 3 wide. McCarron and Chanel will get by. Here comes Latanya Gray on the inside. And Kevin DuPont going for second. Not able to make the move on the 88.
By the way, Kate Summers is now in prime position to get all of her laps back. Assuming another caution comes out.
Here comes the 98 again underneath the 88. This 98 is looking pretty fast. These Hondas, in general, looking pretty fast. Look at that. Walker Brothers Racing.
Another Honda coming in.
Walker Brothers Racing is first, third, and fourth. That
One
is incredible.
Joe Smith in the way of a 1, 2, 3.
I don't think we've ever seen a team sweep the top 2 spots in this series, let alone the top 3. This is some incredible pace, and we've seen it even in the preseason test races. These Hondas were bad fast, so this is
like they're making good
surprising.
on that preseason pace.
Yeah, this is incredible. You know, brand new manufacturer. This is their first year in here. They're basically taking Dodge's spot, and this team was a Dodge team last year. Here comes the 29.
Clearly done their homework in terms of stock car building. They're looking very good in this race.
JB Chanot side by side for 4th. Tim Berry lurking as well. Latanya Gray, Michael Harbin. And also battle for 9th place. There's George Bryan, Laken Herndon. I don't think we've mentioned his name at all today, but he is now sneaking up into the top 10.
Yeah, I think Herndon's been kind of... He's kind of just snuck us through. I think he's been running top 15 all day, but since a lot of the attention's been on the top 5, we've had much time to talk about these guys. Just making their way through now.
Oh boy.
These two are really slow.
I think it's finally time to pull the 28 in.
Yeah, I think Jack Pino's a little faster at this point.
So Wheeler finally gets DVP'd on lap 80, which is longer than I expected him to last, so, you know. But Walker is out to a sizable lead, and you know, again, his one win so far has been at this racetrack.
Yeah, the first caution I think won the race in favor of the 88, but since we've had so many cautions, it's not much of a tire differential anymore. There's only 20 laps or so left in the race.
This guy might get DVP'd as well, 25.1.
That is pretty slow.
We'll keep an eye on him.
I want the back of the field there. The last few cars on the lead lap.
There's still time before I can make a decision on him. Anyway, 18 laps to go. Darren Walker has a 1.3 second lead. Joe Smith, his car, he's just kind of lost the speed on it, it looks like. Here comes DuPont, trying again to get past him.
Gonna make it a 1-2 for the team here.
Walker Brothers Racing looking for a 1-2.
Elementary pass there.
Looks like he might get it. Smith's still fighting on the outside, though. One thing I could definitely give Joe Smith credit for is he's done a fantastic job defensive driving today. But looks like he's finally going to let some guys by. JB Chanot up to 3rd. I'm watching this 29 car. She's looked very fast on this restart. JB Chanot might have something to say. If she can get past this 98 quickly, she might catch up to the 8 car.
Yep. I agree on that.
Here she comes.
And there she goes looking.
1.6 seconds. He's 0.3 faster than at least the 98.
Yeah, the 29 gets around. They're going to have to do it pretty quickly because there is a massive gap that the 8 is out on now.
Joe Smith.
And the more they fight, the more he's going to pull out.
Joe Smith's fallen outside the top 5. How about this? George Bryan, no sponsor decals on that car whatsoever. He's up here in the top 10, and you know, he's been up here for most of the race. We just haven't really
George Bryan had a good qualifying run.
Yeah, he certainly did.
Top 6 or so.
think he qualified 7th, but yeah, that was been a good day for George Bryan here. So,
Yeah, he's run well the entire
sponsors
day. Stayed on the lead lap.
sponsors might need to look at this car. Oh, Chanot with
I'm
a
trying
big
in
run
and
out of
out.
the corner. Look at this, the 98 starting to catch the 8 now. Just by a little bit, though. They're running out of time to make something happen. Chanot's trying to pass on the outside lane on the 98 of DuPont. She's not really making much headway up there. McCarron 4th, Barry 5th, Bryan 6th. They're 3 wide back there. Latanya Gray just pounded the wall. And she's going to lose a
Oh,
bunch
that's
of spots
really gonna
because
hurt
of
her
it.
face.
Yeah,
He had a really good run, but that right side is completely pancaked now.
got a little bit too aggressive there in the corner. Chanot looking again, but just can't quite get underneath the 98.
Pinot's trying every line, but the 98's doing a really good job of just making sure they cut off all of the 29's runs.
And, sometimes he's gaining on the 8 and sometimes he's not. So it seems like they're kind of similar on pace if you kind of take those averages.
Yeah, the 8 might be holding back a little bit, given that they have a 1.5-second cushion.
That is possible. You don't want to overdrive the car at this stage and have something happen. 11 laps
Yeah,
to
you
go.
want to do just enough to win the race, but you don't want to hook your tires too far off here.
Walker Brothers Racing went winless last year in Season 2. Got 1 win in Season 1. It was Darren Walker at Rockingham. And now Walker's looking to do it again.
Prime spot for the team not to repeat that, but to one-up it with a 1-2, possibly a 1-2-4 finish.
DuPont is faster than Walker right now, but I think he's too far back unless he starts catching him more to really do anything.
You need to catch by like 1.5 tenths a lap at this point, which is possible, but it's going to take a bit of a feat. Gino's about a second slower, I think.
He's about 8 tenths slower, so he's not slow enough for me to DVP him.
I think he's good.
Barely made the threshold.
You should also, yeah.
Walker might not even catch him before the race is over.
That's true. The 85's now looking to make it a 1-2-3. Chanot's faded a little bit.
Yeah, Chanot kind of used up her stuff trying to get by the 98, and look at this. Walker Brothers Racing. Absolute masterclass of driving here. And if they
might see a monumental feat here.
If they can finish 1, 2, 3, I mentioned, I don't think... Actually, a team has finished 1-2 before. That is incorrect. Columbia Motorsports did it at Las Vegas in the closest finish in league history when Laken Herndon and Kobe Hollenbeck drag raced each other to the line. But nobody has ever finished 1, 2, 3. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, second race for this new manufacturer, and they're looking to make an early statement.
Oh, that is another Honda, by the way, Jack Gino. So, Diamond Motorsports, the other Honda team, has not had a good outing here today. It's really just been the Walker Brothers. But even then, even still, Gino was fast before he got wrecked, so...
Yeah, the Diamond cars did show pace. They've just been on the opposite end of the luck.
Yeah. 29, now making a charge at the 98 again.
Yeah, Chanot still has a little bit of pace left over, I think. Maybe enough to make one last run for second. But I think first is out of sight now.
1.7 seconds last time by. And as long as something doesn't happen to Walker, he should be fine. Here comes Chanot to the inside again. Underneath DuPont. She might have it this time.
He's going to get him.
Drag racing down the back straightaway. Chanot will have the advantage going into the corner. Good entry for the 98, but the 29 should be able to clear here. Move Chanot up to second, and McCarron might take third over DuPont. And they lost a bunch of time doing that.
Stuck up on the outside. The 8 has passed the 65 without much fuss, so I think that settles it.
Yeah.
As long as the 8 keeps it straight for the last couple of laps.
Tim Berry trying to threaten DuPont for 4th, but he did not have a great exit off the corner. 3 laps to go for Darren Walker, trying to do it again here at Rockingham.
Yeah, 2.5 second lead. Just got to hit your marks here for the last few times.
DuPont back under McCarron for third. And he's going to get it going into turn number 3. Still some battling going on behind, but it's all clear for the 8 car. And no lap traffic is going to get in the way. The 79 is too far ahead.
29 caught 3/10 there, but that's going to need a little bit more than 3/10.
At this point, they need a catastrophic engine or tire failure in order to catch the 8. But here we go. Well, you know how NR has been lately, though. That's not out of the question.
Stranger things have happened in this.
White flag, 1 lap to go for Darren Walker. A dominating performance by Darren Walker and Walker Brothers Racing here today. As second and third past the lap car of Gino. But coming out of turns 3 and 4, Darren Walker will snap a long winless streak for him and his team. Darren Walker is going to win it at the Rock.
Chanel holds off. First win. No holds off there at DuPont, yeah.
Yeah, Chanel holds off DuPont for second, and I do want to mention, I completely forgot, Charlie McCarron did win the Clash, so... Yeah, so even more proof for the Hondas being fast. The Hondas finished 4 of the top 7 spots in that race. McCarron's going to finish 4th here today. Barry 5th, Joe Smith in 6th, and then it's Michael Harvin, George Bryan, Laken Herndon, and look at him again, just sneaking into the top 10 like he always does. Tyler Landry in 10th place.
Yeah, Landry just kind of stayed out in the top 10 all day, I think, just barely. Running around that 10th to 15th area.
Well, let me go ahead and save...
Tajima finished 18th out of that.
Yeah, that's quite the run there for Tajima, considering everything he went through. I am going to... This is replay, okay. I'm going to save the replay so that we can get the replays of the accidents later. I am going to export the results so I don't lose those. But yeah, Rasha, tell me your thoughts about that race. That was a very interesting one for sure. It had a little bit of everything to expect.
I think I called it what I said. It was going to be a mix of goober and a mix of strategy.
Yeah, definitely.
You definitely saw a little bit of both.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a very interesting race. 1.9 seconds Darren Walker won this race over JB Chanot, and that is, if I'm not mistaken, JB Chanot got a top 5 at Oregon too. At least she had a good run, so she's back off to a good start, just like she was last year. And Walker Brothers Racing finishing 1st, 3rd, and 4th. This just might be the greatest day that any single team has had in this league's history. I can't remember a time where one team had 3 cars in the top 4.
Yeah, and doing that with a new manufacturer is a great feat too.
Yeah, these guys, honestly, they're looking like championship favorites so far just because the Hondas have just been so fast in general, from preseason to the Clash and now to this race. It's very, very impressive what they've done so far. Well, that's going to do it here for today. The race was just about an hour long. That's about the outer end of how long I want these races to be, so there you go. Definitely an interesting race here today. Congratulations to Darren Walker and Walker Brothers Racing. And on behalf of Rasha and myself, for Left Turn Network and the Lumen Stock Car Invitational, this is Left Turn Network, signing out.